Hello everyone, welcome to Cookroid and my name is Saurabh Kukreja. Today we are going to do our day 11 challenge in which we are going to expand on the knowledge of two-dimensional array. Earlier we have considered one-dimensional array. So let's just understand what is a 2D array. So to do that, I'll use the board. So in one-dimensional array, what we do is we have just elements 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. It's one dimensional. We only go across one direction, right? Now in 2D array we go across both the directions, meaning we will have rows and we will have columns as well. So this is called two-dimensional array. Now let's look at the question and see what is the ask over here. We have to define an hourglass out of these 6 by 6 dimensional array, a 6 by 6 matrix, and then we have to find the maximum sum of this hourglass, meaning so our first hourglass is see the pattern ABC, then the center element of the next row, and then the three next elements. So in this the hourglass would be 1 1 1, then this one because it's in the center, and then 1 1 1, right? So this first three elements, then second element, and then first three element. Now if we move our loop and we move on to this element as the first element, so what will be our second hourglass? It will be 1 1 0, this element which is 0, and then this 1 1 0, meaning you have to iterate through all of the rows and columns and you have to find out what first three elements, then second this element, and then next these elements, right? So it's easy, not that critical, it's just kind of a little calculation. So what we'll do is we'll make a method called calculate hourglass sum, and we will pass our integer array over here, right? Then we'll define this method, and we'll say it accepts a two-dimensional array. Now what we have to calculate is maximum sum, and there is a limitation which says it can have negative values. So instead of taking the max, we have to consider now, let's say max sum, that's what we have to find out. Let's say that the initial value of maximum sum is integer dot min value. Why? Because we don't want to start it with 0 because it has negative values, so it could go on increasing and it would give us the wrong result. So let's just consider maximum sum as minimum, as the integer's minimum value. Now because we have to run through the rows and the columns, what we will do is we will need two loops, right? That's fine. So we'll need two loops. Int I equals 0, I less than, we'll come to that, I plus plus. Our second loop will be in j equals 0, j less than something, and then j plus plus, right? This is a basic foundation to iterate through any of the array, right? Now we need to find out how many times we need to run the loop. So if you consider that our I is 0, this is the 0th element. Now considering that how many elements do we have? 0 1 2 3 4 5, right? And I already need my my first and the second element along with the 0th element. So to calculate the first hourglass, which will be this, I will be considering I as 0, and then I will add I plus 1, I plus 2, right? Now I cannot loop through all of this because it will give me null point array out of bound exception. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to just come till here, and then when I say I plus 1 is this element and I plus 2 is this element, so I have to loop through 0 1 2 3 position. And same with the columns, because I cannot come till this part. So what I'll do is I'll just come till this part, because if I've covered this part, that means I've covered all the R classes in this scenario. And similarly over here, if I've come till this part, that means I've covered all the R classes in these indexes. So we'll just say I less than 4, because we want it to be go till 3. So what it will do is 0 1 2 3, right? And same is for this guy, 0 1 2 3. Now what we need is we need to calculate the sum of the R classes. So the formula for R class would be array of I and then j. That's our first element. What is our second element? Second element is array of I, because we are in the same row but we are increasing the column, so it will be j plus 1 plus array of I j plus 2. Right, now we need to move to the next row. So the way to move to the next row would be array of I plus 1, and column is also, because it's the middle index, so we'll say j plus 1. And now we'll come back, because we are moving to the next row, which will be I plus 2. The first will be j plus array of I plus 2 j plus 1 plus array of I plus 2 j plus 2. That's it. We have iterated through all of the R classes, and now we just need to check whether our sum is greater than maxsum. If it is, then what we'll do, we'll replace maxsum's value. Maxsum equals sum, and at the end we will just simply sys out. So that's it. Let's run it. Compilation error. Okay, what did we say here? Just make it clean. Okay, again. Oh man, system dot out dot print. Nice. So that's all done. So what we learned today is basically how to iterate through a two-dimensional array. If anytime there is a two-dimensional array, we will need two loops. So the complexity of this is O n square, because n for this and n for this. So complexity is always O n square, right? That's it. Congratulations. That is our day 11 challenge. See you at day 12 challenge.